I know. You are not like the rest, menteur, tricheur. But when I give a badge to you, I know you will guard it with your life.
Today I'm
You will
selling
not let a
Appleberry
little
Crumb
thing like a
Moonshine for
barrage of bullets get
$226
in your
and
way,
something
huh?
cents. But
When I tell you
I'm about
these
to
are
showcase
valuable
what the moonshining
customers,
selling is all
you will
about.
look after every
It's
last
super
jug.
easy, super
So,
fun, you can make a lot of
they
money,
are yours.
and it's
Allez-y.
super easy. I mean, this is idiot proof. Where am I going? Blackwater Saloon, you got it. Revenue agents. Always an issue. Fun to shoot. You can find antique alcohol bottles off of them, tarot cards sometimes. You can find all kinds of things, even liquor and provisions. After that roadblock, usually got people on your tail, on horseback. In this case, running after me on foot. Cigarette puff. I don't see anything on my compass besides a player. He's probably doing some collecting, looking for valuables so he can make money. I do that too. That's also foolproof, super easy and fun. Easy to make money. And here comes the reinforcements. Dead. One fell off the horse. I'll spare him. He's in defensive mode too. Cool. Get out of the way.
Which bank you about to rob?
And here we are.
Hello.
I always listen to Red Dead Redemption 2 music there when I'm selling or playing the game. It's fun. Makes it more interesting, more interactive. And I got paid $226. I even completed the challenge in the process. Usually after you sell Moonshine, I like just to head back to the Moonshine shack, play some music, maybe drink some Moonshine, and craft some Moonshine while I wait. I don't fast track or anything like that. I don't like to skip ahead in videos when I showcase little things like this. I just like to take my time, enjoy the beauty of the game. You know, during the Christmas update there, traveling during the storm, when there's snow all over the place, and, I mean, yeah, you'd have to go in first person like this. Your horse lantern would be turned on, always in the dark. And sometimes I would even have to equip my lantern like this, just to see in the snow. You couldn't see anything a lot of times. Sometimes you'd be lucky if you get a cold morning there with some snow. a lot of times it just snowed all the time. It was hard to see. I remember seeing a lot of players that mics would be turning on once it became within range. Wow. A lot of people bitched about it, saying they didn't like the snow. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't really that good for visibility, and 3 weeks was a little too long. I think a week or a week and a half would have been appropriate. 2 weeks at the most, but that snow, it was interesting, but it was also very distracting. Alright. Anyways, Beaches Hope, Great Plains, West Elizabeth. 66 degrees out. Might get some rain. I'm always based in tall trees there when I do moonshining there, because a lot of times I can go over there into near Big Valley outside of Strawberry. There's a settlement there by that. Well, if you rewind the video back there a little bit, you would see a little settlement over there if you pause or something, you know. But there's a cellar. Excuse me, can't talk today. There's a cellar over there for moonshine. There's one further up in Tall Trees. Then there's one at McFarland's Ranch, as well as Thieves Landing in New Austin. But for the most part, besides revenue agents and rival moonshiners, you know, the AI, I mean, like I said, you can find Caribbean rum, absinthe. Sometimes you can find American wildflowers on them. You can find tarot cards on them. But the antique alcohol bottles are a lot better to find, because you can craft antique alcohol bottles with your moonshine, and makes it a lot more money. I mean, with Caribbean rum, you get a moonshine called Spiced Islands Moonshine. And look at that, another player. If you notice that their guns were in themselves were kind of invisible, they were in offensive mode. I'm in defensive mode because they can't really target me unless they wanted to literally provoke me. And I mean, they could do damage, but it won't do much damage, which will give me time to react. Switch to one of my fancy revolvers. If I can just do this. Navy revolvers, 1851 Navy revolver, black powder and ball and cap. I think they're preloaded because it's a video game, but good self-defense weapon. Always have revolvers, pistols, whatever, something that you can quickly switch to and draw out. Anyways, this is my moonshining operation down in the basement. Let's see. Another thing too there. I don't care about your ideas myself. When you buy your moonshine, you gotta buy your mash, obviously. You got your weak for 24 minutes, 36 minutes, and 48 minutes, average and strong. You want strong because more money. Average, you get average money. Weak moonshine, you get poor money. So now you go your flavoring. You got your Poison Poppies moonshine. I don't know the recipe for that. I don't think I've bought. I think you have to buy that recipe. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to craft that. But you get berry cobbler. Your ingredients is underneath where it says recipe. You can have those bought, or you can find them out throughout the world. Wild Creek moonshine. Like right here, you need 1 wild mint, 1 vanilla flower, and 1 creek plum. Well, the creek plum just so happens to be in American wildflower in the collector's roll. Sometimes you can find creek plums on enemies that you loot. Sometimes it would have to be in a specific spot. Maybe it'd be an outlaw ambush. Maybe some of the enemies might have some ginseng on them. You might find a creek plum. You might find wisteria. You might find something, you never know. You go down in the south and you go after like the old Confederate soldiers there, the Lemoyne Raiders, and a lot of times they'll have antique alcohol bottles on them, like the revenue agent. Sometimes you'll find absinthe, Old Tom gin, Tennessee whiskey, etc. This is something I can craft, obviously, because it's highlighted in white, because I got all the ingredients. I just got done selling that Appleberry Crown Moonshine. a good price is Spiced Island. And these are the ingredients I was trying to think of. You need a can of canned apricots, 1 currant, and 1 Caribbean rum. And that is what I usually craft a lot of times, and that's what I usually sell because look at the price of it, $247.50. Almost 250 bucks. You do 4 or 5 moons. Shut up, Moonshine. Marcel. Man, I can't talk today. I just woke up like a couple hours ago having some coffee. Yeah, but yeah, you got all these different ones. You don't got very many. That's in today's requests. If you go to all recipes there, then you get all of these. Argartha Sunrise Moonshine. You go to the recipe, you can have 1 can strawberries, 1 evergreen huckleberry, and 1 Argartha American Wildflower. There's all kinds of different things that you can craft. See, like this one. This one's a weak, would be considered a weak moonshine recipe, but where I'm using strong moonshine, even though it still gives me 1 star, that weak moonshine is now a lot more profitable because I'm using strong mash instead of weak mash for my moonshine operation. Okay, I think obviously I'm not going to go with the weak priced ones. I'm going to go with Appleberry Crumb again because I can craft that, and that's the only thing I can craft and make a good profit. Please excuse my family in the background.
C'est agréable. Now we wait.
Now that's going to take some time to craft. And once that moonshine bottle from 1 to 20 reaches 20 out of 20, I'll be able to sell like I did with the Appleberry Crumb the first time. Now, we wait.
You know that new recipe, that is one of my own creations from years ago. I had forgotten about it.
His dialogue is interesting. As much as I say shut up Marcel when I talk, or showcase things. His dialogue is very interesting, especially for French. I mean, sometimes he'll tell stories there of what, like before you sell any moonshine, he'll tell a story of when he was with his dad in France. Sometimes that they did sell a whole bunch of liquor with only a cigarette for breakfast. And he would say that those were the good old days. But anyways, through these doors is my bar. It may look empty right now, but it's a little glitch. Sometimes you gotta walk out. Well, my band's there. Maybe if I walk out, maybe my customers will spawn. I don't know, it's a weird glitch. If Maggie's upstairs and there's no customers down there, Marcel, my band's there, then maybe you think, yeah, it's not a glitch. This is a first. Because usually when I come down here in my Moonshine Shack and I go in my bar, a lot of times there'll be people. Usually from this table right here in front of me and all these other tables right here. Sometimes there'll be people standing up over the tables drinking moonshine. It would sound like there's a lot of people talking. You can drink coffee and eat almonds when you sober up from drinking moonshine. You can tend your bar with other players in it. Oh, there we go. They all spawned in. Anyways, you can tend to the bar by holding down triangle for a hot second. You can serve drinks and spread them out on the bar. Like I said, when you have players in your bar, you can serve all of these drinks by pressing L1 and R1. I go to L1 and serve drinks all the way down the bar. I usually do this because I don't usually invite people to my bar a lot of times, so I usually just keep these drinks out so I can, you know, I can get drunk. Alright, I'm just gonna shut up now, serve these drinks. Then I'm gonna go over there and probably pick up the violin, play with the band, and just enjoy myself. I'll probably play a song, end the showcase from there, and just enjoy the rest of the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't really do this all that often, showcase videos on Red Dead. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but when I do it, usually it's it's usually a drive that drives me to wanna showcase things. I was showcasing something for my baby girl the other day, Modern Warfare, the new game Modern Warfare, and yesterday around 6 o'clock in the evening, I showcased a little bit of Red Dead for her because she doesn't have Modern Warfare or Red Dead. So I kind of got the idea, well, for people that really haven't explored much of the game, then they can do so by looking at videos like mine or other people's across YouTube. No, I'm not a YouTuber, but I'm thinking about it. Me and my brother came up with a pretty good idea the other day. Not this year, maybe next year. When I get some equipment and some money, I might actually become a YouTuber and make that sort of like my career. I don't know, I'm not really good at talking, but at the same time, I'm very good at talking because I don't know when to shut up. Last drink all the way across the table. Slide. Alright, and as you get drunk, your character's dialogue, like serving self-serve drinks and position, usually gets slurred because your character's drunk. I'm gonna need some almonds to sober myself up, because when I play the violin or the piano or the cello or the banjo, the guitar, or the washboard, usually when you're drunk, you're just drunk and playing music. I mean, it sounds awful, but it's funny as hell. I don't want to do that right now, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, I'm all set there. Alright, I'm going to shut my headset off, but I'm going to keep my headset on so I can hear. And enjoy the video. Perilous Punisher, over and out.
I hear no end to your kindnesses. You're just trying to impress those lowdowns, ain't you? We got ourselves a music lover. Okay, boys, just like always,